I did some shadow work this weekend that took me out. I was in a 4 hour intensive on the Quantum Enneagram, and we were working with the points 2, 3, and 4, which happen to be my personality points or my type points. Wow, we did some deep work into the personality characteristics, into the different aspects of those personalities. And when I came across the fact that I have been self deceptive most of my life, it hit me like a ton of bricks. In fact, I had such a visceral reaction, I thought I was going to vomit. Now, the good news is I was in a group of people in it with an energetic background, and we were all able to help me run the energy of that. It was devastating. It was shocking. I felt it was horrifying for me in many ways. It was humiliating. When that shadow work comes up to be processed, man, it's big and it's dark. And I don't care how big your light is. You got a big light, you got a big shadow. And man, this one came up and I mean, literally felt like it took me out. Whew, thank goodness I had support. Now, I not only used my 3D support, I used my 5D support. I never hesitate to ask either my angels or my guides for help. My ancestors, galactic beings, I bring them all in. And especially when I have had something that personally devastating, such as self deception, that I've literally been deceiving myself my entire life about the truth of who I am, the truth of the situations I'm in. I mean, it was humiliating, and some self-loathing came up with all of that. Yeah, I mean, it was just a big old giant shadow process. I will also, so what I started to say is, I will give some of the pain away to a galactic being, to another dimensional being. One of my favorite people is Mary Magdala, and I will say, Mary, please help me with this. It is too much right now for my human self to bear, and there will be a release of some of that energy and some compassion and unconditional love come in for me. So whether it's an ancestor for you or a galactic being or maybe a saint, turn it over. You don't have to carry that whole burden. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. Get help. It doesn't matter. You don't get it in the 3D world, the 5D world, or beyond. Make it galactic beings. It doesn't matter. There are always beings and ancestors and angels here to help you. Secondly, that is not who you are. I knew throughout the entire process that I am still my spirit. I am my quantum eternal self. I am still that eternal being that came into the earth plane to have an experience. So no matter how much physical or mental or emotional anguish I was going through as I was flashing, my life was flashing before my eyes. I mean, it was grueling. Literally, my life flashed back before my eyes. And all of the times, the different situations where I had been self-deceptive and how it had either hurt me or others that I love. Whew, big shadow work, I'm telling you. So the second thing is never forget who you are. You are always this higher being. And the third thing is take care of yourself. I After I went through that shadow work, doing that intense shadow work, y'all, it took me 2 days to let it integrate, to finish processing, to continuing to do its work, have its way with me. And I mean that very seriously. Because when that shadow comes up, we get to own it. You get to own it. It's been part of your 3D experience. And if you're in the work of up leveling your life or of teaching others, yeah, you get to do your work. And man, it sucks sometimes. I mean, it is so painful sometimes. And yet it's still not who you are, right? Remember that. So the part of you that still has an earth suit and the part of you that still has those feelings connected to it, give that part of you some compassion, right? The 3D you that just needs some time to restore, to integrate, to absorb all that's happened, to release, to continue releasing what's not yours, all of that. Give yourself time, whatever that looks like for you, to nurture yourself through that. Self-compassion, self-love. Do things that are peaceful and quieting to your soul, to your spirit, to your beingness. Yeah. And love. Just Yeah, that happened Saturday morning. It was Monday morning when I woke up before I thought, okay, I'm back. I'm Connie Keene with Quantum Energy Infusion, where everything is energy.